playing some holes here to explain how to do some different types of shots and what I would do in each situation. Okay, so off the tee, you are allowed to run, do a little crow hop or walk up to it. I put my hands closer together to allow a nice extension, and then as I come through, turn the hands and flick the wrists at the top to get that nice snap to have more velocity on the ball. So here's what it looks like. Walk up, wind up, throw hop, swing hard, aim high, let it fly. So not everyone likes to throw it over the top like I do. Some people come more across the side like a baseball swing, or even over the top tomahawk style. So let me show you what one of those might look like. Still do your walk up, wind up, and just swing. So just like that, I keep my hands together. Some people will separate the hands a little bit to help with that fulcrum push and pull action, or even choke up on the stick to allow different angles and types of shots. So I'll do one with my hands separated here and see if I get some more distance. It allowed me to keep it lower and have more roll on the ball when it lands. So those are the little details of how you can hold the stick, but what you want to do while you're swinging is you want to follow all the way through, all the way across your body. You don't want to stop to help the ball come out. Trust the ball will come out and just swing really hard. So this hole's a par 5. So once I'm out in the fairway, you get to your ball, you mark it, and then now you have to stay behind that spot. And with FlingGolf, you are allowed to have a stick length on either side of your ball to create your new runway or tee box. So I'm gonna move this way a little bit and put my putting slug down. So now I have to stay between the two spots here. You get your ball started in the stick. You're allowed 5 paces backwards and just do another tee shot. All right, so we're 100 yards away, and here are a couple things to make sure that you can stick the green. What I do is I keep my hands together, similar like my tee shot. I'll square my body so my left shoulder is facing my target. Reach back and kind of put the butt end of the stick in the direction you want the ball to go. Dip your right shoulder down and just a nice, smooth, relaxed swing. Aim really high so that the ball lands softly and won't run off the back of the green. Reach back, relax, follow through, throw it up high, and let it sit down on the green. Just like that. Another type of approach shot is to do something called a low to high. I don't like to do this shot because I find it a little too inconsistent, but here's what it looks like. Hands together, keep the stick low, follow through, nice and high up over your left shoulder. I find myself 25, 30 yards away here. I'm gonna do a clean sweep because that's my shot of choice. So I've marked my ball. You must keep your feet behind the ball where that was, and then you can move the ball backwards and put it where you feel comfortable. So I like to put it a little behind my heels, and then just like a kettlebell exercise, you're gonna throw your hips forwards as you lift your arms upwards. So the ball gets a nice rainbow and lands right next to the pin. So that was a clean sweep. That's my shot of choice. Some people will do a sidecar. You shift the ball to the side of your foot. Some people just have a nice, comfortable, strong stance and lift. Some people will step into the sidecar to get some more power. I haven't really practiced the step version of it, but from this far away, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna keep the ball low so that it can run up onto the green rather than throw it high. The final shot on the nice short approach is a tomahawk. You put the ball straight behind your head, kind of bend your knees, and flick of the wrist at the top of your head. Flop it right next to the hole. Now that you've seen all the ways to get from tee box to green, we're gonna play this entire hole the way I would play it, and you guys can see what you might do instead. 150 yards is shorter than my full throw, so it's all about the touch and feel now of how high you might want to throw it versus how much roll you want to get if you throw it low. So what I do is I reach back, take one step, full swing, throw it high. All right, this one might be for the player who might not be able to get as much height with the distance. So I'm gonna throw this one low and let it roll up to the green. All right, shout out to you, Paul, big dog, on this tomahawk. Step in. I did a little jump just to get a little extra power, but it landed short, it's rolling up. Ooh, into the bunker. All right, we'll see a sand shot. Final shot in option is to do a low to high from farther away. Lean back, full throw. That might have been my best low to high ever on the green. So when you land in the sand traps, you must keep the ball where it lies. You're not allowed to pick it up, but it's pretty straightforward to get it out. You're allowed to ground your club right behind the ball and then stand where you feel comfortable. I do my clean sweep, you can do a sidecar, but however you put your feet, you must keep them planted the whole time. You're not allowed to take a step in the sand. You can come up off your heels, but you cannot step, okay? So I'm gonna put the stick behind the ball, step in front of it a little bit, and just a nice sweep, toss it out. Here's a situation when you're in the sand where you might not be able to sweep the ball out without hitting the lip. So a fun shot is called a trebuchet. You ground the club in front of the ball, stand how you feel comfortable, and then you're lifting and coming up and around under your arm in one smooth motion. The only real tool a FlingGolfer needs is his divot tool when he lands the green. Make sure you fix your divots. When you're putting, you definitely want to have a putting slug. You can either fill it with 2 golf balls, or you can get the bullet and you can fill it with washers or whatever you want to pick the desired weight of your putting slug. So you're going to put that in the end of your stick and putt like how you feel comfortable. Here's how I do it. Almost like a broom, you take your left hand and put it at the top of the stick, hold it against your chest, lean over, put your hand further down the club, nice smooth, and hope you hit the putt. So in fling golf, unlike actual golf, you're allowed to anchor the club anywhere you want and also hold it anywhere you want. So some people putt like Happy Gilmore. You reach way down the stick, just like you're playing hockey. Can I hit a putt? Another funky way to putt, shout out SVL and Doc, it's a side saddle. Put the ball in front of the stick here, and then you're back and forward this way. You shift your feet, you can put the ball in front of your toes. I think I'm gonna stand like this, nice solid motion, back and forward. Hey, I got one. Maybe I should putt like that. Here's a situation where you're far away from the flag, but you're still on the green, and you might not want to putt because it might be a little inconsistent for you using the striker pad. So I'm not going to use my putting slug, I'm going to use it as a marker. And what you do, you pick up your ball, you lay down your stick, and you must bring the ball back at least one stick length. So I put it there, and now you can just do one of your sidecars or your clean sweeps. There's a ridge here, so I'm going to try to get some nice height and let it sit right down on top of the ridge. All right, the final detail that we didn't talk about out there is when your ball is too close to the edge of the green and you want to do a sidecar. You mark your ball, but if you're too close, your stick will cross the plane. So you need to back up as much as you need in order, you can go past your ball because you're off the green, but you have to stay behind the green to keep it legal. All right, so when you find yourself in a tough situation, unfortunately, I'm in the hazard. I'm outside of the red markers. So you have to treat this like you're in the sand. Ground the club behind the ball, keep your feet planted, and then you just need to take your medicine and chip out. When you get really unlucky and you don't feel comfortable, like you can get the ball out, you just take your penalty, you take the unplayable, you come out to where the ball went in, and you get 2 full stick lengths from the edge. So 1, 2, put down your marker, and you are now throwing with a penalty stroke. If you find yourself right on the edge, use the ability to create a different tee box, make your stick length out over here, and now you can do a better run from better grass. Mark your ball, and now you have a nice clean runway to do the type of shot you want to do for how far away you are.